Welcome students. So last class, yesterday, I showed you all the script mode and the interactive mode of Python. Today I will teach you all a little more further, but we will have to start with introduction again. I know this has been told to you multiple times, but it's important that you all remember this even in your sleep because this will be one of the answers in the exam. So Python is a high level, interpreted, and a general purpose dynamic programming language. It focuses on code readability, and the syntax in Python helps the programmers to do coding in fewer steps compared to C++ or Java. So today we will learn all the basic elements of Python programming language. Now, a Python program is also often called as a script. It's also called as a script. Basically, it is a sequence of definition and commands. The program is also a sequence of definitions and commands. Now, these definitions will be evaluated and the commands will be executed by the Python interpreter. And this Python interpreter is also called as a Python shell. Now, before we go any further, you have already come across the word syntax quite a few times. So let's understand what is Python syntax. Python syntax refers to a set of rules that defines how users and the system should write and interpret a Python program. I repeat, Python syntax refers to a set of rules that define how users should write and how systems should interpret a Python program. I want you all to be writing very good Python programs, and so it's very important that you familiarize yourself with Python syntax thoroughly. Initially, it will be very less work. It will pile up, but I request you to not give up and keep trying. The syntax will be all the basic elements of a Python program. So you can say all the elements of a Python program form the syntax of the Python. Now, what is a character set? Character set is nothing but a set of valid characters recognized by Python. If you look at English alphabets, they are the character set of English language. If you look at the Hindi Barakhadi, those are the character sets of Hindi language. Similarly, a computer language, Python, also has a character set. Those are the valid characters recognized by Python. So, character set is a bunch of identifying elements in the programming language. Which are the Python character sets? Now, a character represents any digit, letter, or any other symbol. Python also uses the traditional ASCII character set that I have told you all before about. However, the recent version of Python also recognizes the Unicode character system. So the ASCII character set we already know is a subset of Unicode. Now Python supports Unicode also. So these are all the character sets which are the valid characters recognized by Python. All the letters from A to Z, capital as well as small, digits 0 to 9, special symbols like space, plus, minus, backslash, even front slash, then open brackets, close brackets, all the symbols that you find on the keyboard. Also the blank space, horizontal tab, vertical tab, enter key. These are all valid character sets, all valid symbols recognized by the Python. And other characters are basically all other ASCII and Unicode characters are also valid character set of Python. Then comes the question, what is a token or a lexical unit? Now, a token is the smallest element of a Python script that makes any meaning to the interpreter. So, the smallest element is called a token. Basically, there are 5 kinds of token. Basically, there are 5 kinds of token. So, basic individual elements that are identified by the programming language are called tokens or lexical units. Another one marker that can come. Okay. So now, which are the tokens? Types. There are 5 types: identifier, keywords, literals, operators, and delimiters. Now, what do you mean by keyword? The name, the reserved words of Python, which have some special meaning attached to it. Okay. Identifier is the name of any variable or a constant or a function that the user defines. Literal is the fixed numeric or non-numeric value, which is represented by a variable. Operator will be, the operators are the mathematical symbols that you all know. Okay. But over here in Python, operators can also be a word. Then we have delimiters or punctuators. So punctuators are the symbols which can be used to separate the values or to enclose some values together to form groups. And always, I'm sure you remember the hashtag. The hashtag symbol is used to insert comments, but it is not a token. Okay. Any comment is not a token. So first I'm going to show you what each and every one of this is. And then your exercise for the day will be, I'm going to attach a link in the description box. You have to go to that link. If possible, write it down in the exact way in your notebooks. If not, you can stick a picture and you are going to identify all the tokens in that piece of code according to your knowledge. So your homework will be to observe a Python code and list down the tokens you find in it. So today we are only going to learn tokens, so pay lots of attention to it. The first one is keyword or a reserved word. Keywords are also called reserved words, and these have special meaning in Python language. The words are defined in Python interpreter, hence these can't be used as programming identifiers. Basically, these are the reserved words of Python and they have a special or a fixed meaning attached to it. And these meanings are interpreted or understood by the interpreter. No keyword can be used as an identifier because the interpreter can misunderstand. So let's say I have a keyword called private, which when the interpreter reads, he knows that what he has to do with it. If I use that keyword in some other context to name a variable, then the interpreter will get confused. Hence, keywords cannot be used as identifiers. The Python keywords, some examples of Python language keywords are these. So you can never use the word and, break, continue, any of these words as a identifier. These are all keywords. I'm sure you must be seeing it and remembering English language. Like I said, Python is a very easily readable language, so you will not find it very difficult. Continue, finally, from, these are all keywords of Python language. Some more keywords are these: if, is, in, or, not, try, while, with. All these are some more keywords of the Python programming language. You will have a list in your textbook. You can go and have a look. So what is an identifier? A Python identifier is a name given to a function, class, variable, module, or other objects that you will be using in your Python program. You will learn to use function, class, variable, module slowly. And when you are using it, you will realize that you have to give it a name, your choice. That name is an identifier. And remember, when you are naming your identifier, you have to remember the Python keywords, because Python keywords cannot be used as an identifier. Okay, so it's a name that appears in your program, a name that you will put or a programmer has already put. For example, A, B, and C are identifiers, and so A, B, and C will also become tokens, because identifiers are tokens. Now, when you are naming your identifier, remember, जब हम बच्चों का भी नाम रखते हैं तो एक विधि होती है, नामकरण विधि, in most of the communities. Similarly, in this also, we don't have a vidhi or a ritual, no, but we have some rules. Okay, one of the rule you all already know. I have repeated it twice or thrice over. A keyword cannot be an identifier. That is number one rule. But there are more rules that you have to know when you have to name your variable or a function or a module or a class. Whatever you will need in that particular program, you will have to give it a name, and this name has to follow some rules and conditions. So we will talk about naming conventions. An identifier can be a combination of upper class letters and lower class letters, even underscore and digits. I repeat, upper class letters, uppercase letters, lowercase letters, underscore, and digits. Look, no special symbols are there. Hence, all these that are written on the screen right now, they are all valid identifiers. Another question that will come your way, I will throw up probably in this section or the next one, is differentiating between valid and invalid identifiers. So, my class, although class is a keyword, if you remember, so you cannot name an identifier only class, but you can name it my class, my variable, var underscore one, print underscore hello underscore world. All these are valid identifiers. So what are the rules that you must follow? The first one you all already know. Second one, the first character must be a letter. Always remember, the first character of the name that you give your variable or a function or a module should be a letter. Special characters such as percentage, @ and dollar are not allowed within an identifier. You cannot use these inside the name. Percentage, @ and dollar. An identifier should not begin with a number. Hence, to variable is not valid, but variable to is acceptable. So these are the rules. Two more. The last one you already know, so I will not even read it. Next rule is Python is a case sensitive language. Case sensitive means uppercase and lowercase, capitals and small. It is very particular, you can say. It has an OCD with the case. Okay. And this behavior also extends to identifier. So the capital labor, the labor with the capital L and labor with the small l will not be considered the same. They will be considered as two different identifiers in Python. That means when you are writing your code, you have to become more careful. By mistake, you named it a capital X. And while using the code, you're calling a small x or you're using a small x, it's going to give you so many errors. Yes. So this is like the OCD of Python with the case sensitiveness. Next, you cannot use Python keywords as identifiers. We already spoke about it. You can use underscore to separate multiple words in your keyword. You all saw this in the first during the examples, print hello world. You cannot use space in your identifier. So if I want to name my variable good morning, I cannot put a space in the middle, but I can substitute it for a underscore. You can use an underscore instead. Okay, these are some valid identifiers and some invalid identifiers. Okay, so I'll do one thing. The question that will be in the description box today will be about valid and invalid identifiers, because I'm not going to continue further than this today. When we finish the full tokens, that time I will give you a piece of code where you will have to identify all the tokens in that code. Okay. We are not going to start with literals today. We'll start with literals tomorrow. Look at the valid and invalid identifiers on the screen. Why is, we will only look at the invalid ones first. Why is my rec invalid? Because of the hyphen in the middle. You cannot use a special character like that. 28 DRE, you cannot start a name or an identifier with a number. Rake, elif, false, and del, all these are keywords, and so they cannot be identifiers. If you look at the valid ones, my file 1 is okay. Y3M whatever is also fine because it's a combination of alphabets and numbers, and the first word is a letter, not a number. My file in capitals is fine. Date 978 with underscore. Yes, you can use an underscore. Look at the last two. There's an underscore at the beginning. Yes, you are allowed to use underscore and or a letter as the first character, but you cannot use a letter. You cannot use a number. You can use any letter or an underscore. Okay, so these are the valid and invalid identifiers. So your work I'm going to put in the description box below. Please make sure you do it. So till then, stay home, stay safe, take care, and keep learning.